Before we begin, if you're passionate about real history, especially the epic legacy of ancient Persia, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to like. We're diving into one of the hottest chapters of Cyrus the Great's life, a time when his empire devours the Greek cities to the west and marches deep into the mysterious lands of the east. Winter 547 BCE, Golden Sardis. At the heart of Lydia, the golden crown of Asia has fallen. Cyrus stands victorious. But unlike other conquerors, he doesn't celebrate with bloodshed. Instead, he orders public gardens to be built, hires goldsmiths, and revives trade, solidifying his hold over the western lands, not by force, but by policy. At the same time, envoys from the Greek cities of Ephesus and Miletus arrive, offering earth and water, a symbolic gesture of submission to the Persian king. But in the shadows, treachery brews. Pactyes, a Lydian noble appointed by Cyrus to manage the royal treasury, steals the gold and raises a mercenary army of Greek soldiers. Treason from within, spring 546 BCE. While Cyrus is in Ecbatana, campaigning in the east, he hears the news. He immediately sent one of his senior generals, the experienced commander Mazares, to the west. As the Persian army approaches, Pactyes flees, first to Syme, then to Chios, but fearing Persian wrath, both cities hand him over without hesitation. Mazares doesn't stop there. It's time for a reckoning. His first targets, Priene and Magnesia, cities that had supported the revolt. Fire and stone. Summer 546 BCE. Priene and Magnesia, given their mountainous location, hoped to win the war by taking refuge behind the high walls of their castles and prolonging the conflict. However, Mazares, with the ingenuity of his engineers, built embankments of stone and wood and created ramps enabling him to overcome the 15-meter walls of Priene Castle. Upon the entry of Mazares' army into the city, the Greeks fled and took refuge in the mountains. In Magnesia, defenders set the ramps ablaze with oil and pitch, but Persian forces counter with mud and vinegar, smothering the flames and advancing. The city falls. Punishment is severe, a warning to others. And it works. Teos, Kozomene, and Lepidus offer submission without resistance, bringing earth and water to Cyrus. Terror on the seas. Autumn 546 BCE. In Phocaea, panic spreads. The city council gathers in the night. Some choose to flee, boarding ships and sailing for the island of Corsica, hoping for refuge among their kin. But the welcome never comes. The locals reject them. In desperation, the Phocaeans turn to piracy and are ultimately destroyed. Those who remain in Phocaea surrender the city peacefully, avoiding bloodshed. Death and vengeance. Winter 545 BCE. Around this time, General Mazares dies. Cyrus appoints a brilliant Median strategist as his successor, Harpagus. Harpagus continues the campaign. Cilicia, Phrygia, and Cappadocia submit voluntarily, offering tribute. In Cnidus, defenders dig a trench to cut off the land route. But Persian engineers construct a crossing, and the last resisting city falls. A storm in the east. While his generals pacify the west, Cyrus himself turns eastward, facing fierce resistance. First, he subdues the Parthians in a brutal campaign. Then he marches on Khwarazm. The key city of Bactra, modern Bulgar, falls after a long siege. When Persian troops enter, Cyrus gives a remarkable order: no soldier shall enter the Buddhist temples. That command lays the foundation for peaceful conquest in the region. In Gandhara, modern Pakistan, Cyrus negotiates with Buddhist monks. A pact of mutual respect is formed and the region joins the empire without war. On the return, Cyrus engages the tribal leaders of Sogdiana, not with threats, but with diplomacy. The tribes accept alliance under Persian sovereignty, maintaining their autonomy. Finally, in a strategic location, Cyrus orders the construction of a new fortified city, Cyrupadia, its 8-meter high walls guarding the eastern frontier. The art of empire. Cyrus didn't always need to lead from the front. By relying on trusted commanders like Mazares and Harpagus, and by respecting local traditions and faiths, he forged an empire stretching from the Aegean Sea to the edge of India, An empire built not just with the sword, but with strategy, diplomacy, and respect. But the journey isn't over. The greatest chapter lies ahead. Cyrus now sets his eyes on Babylon, the city of gods, towering walls, and a mad king. Our next segment is about the legendary conquest of Babylon. To make sure you don't miss it, subscribe now and hit the bell.